2023, meet the fabulous ladies of the circle. Sika, Regina, Helen,
Coming to you live like we always do, with the energy, with the sauce, with the craziness, bringing you the entertainment that you've been craving for the whole week. This is the Ladies Circle. My name is Sika Osei Douglas, but we do not do this on our own. We're not Lone Rangers here. We're all about girl power. So I'm doing it with my girl Regina Van Helbert. And of course, Helen.
Raise the roof! Raise the roof! Raise it! Raise it! Hands up! Raise it!
This is the energy, the sisterhood you cannot fake. I am telling you, this is what we do behind the scenes, and we're bringing it to you. I don't know. Should we? Should we bring all the craziness, ladies?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready
Or we need to reserve a little bit of the crazy.
Yeah.
Or we're unleashing all the crazy today.
Let's reserve.
all of it.
Yeah. How was our week, ladies? How was our week?
It was okay. Helen, we missed you so much.
Yeah.
As you should.
What were you up to?
As you should.
Give us that juice.
A nice relaxing time away. You know what they're saying is all work and no play makes
Jack
Jack
makes
Helen a doll
girl.
So it was good to be away. Take a small breather, breathe in some fresh air.
Okay.
I feel revitalized.
All right. Well, whilst you were away, we were what? We were trending.
Oh, yeah, we were trending.
We were giving trends here on the show. So Helen is going to be bringing her 2 cents, and we know we need the statistics when it comes to our discussion. But before we get into all the nitty-gritties, all that we have planned for you here on the show, let's say a very big thank you to our sponsors who continue to support the Ladies Circle so we can bring this to you every single week. Right, ladies?
Absolutely. And let's say a very big thank you to Dove. We're grateful for your support always.
Yes, and the biggest thank you goes out to Yaz Sanitary Pad. Thank you so much for holding things down right here on the Ladies Circle.
All right. Well, let's go for a quick break. Like we like to say here on the Ladies Circle, grab a quick snack, and when we come back, more excitement coming your way. It's still your favorite TV show here, The Ladies Circle on TV3. We come at you every Saturday evening. If you have an opinion, a thought, and of course, a contribution. We love all the contributions that we see online. All right, so the hashtag is hashtag The Ladies Circle. If you have any opinions, thoughts, contributions, we love to hear, to make sure you use the hashtag. Right, Helen?
Absolutely. And whilst you're telling us how much you love us right here on the Ladies Circle, let us also know what your thoughts are on Yaz and their variety of products. I'm talking about the Yaz sanitary pads. And Yaz says none of that cross-checking several times during that time of the month to make sure you're neat and tidy, changing your outfits because you are unsure, canceling appointments to prevent any embarrassment. That is certainly a thing of the past. If you have used Yaz, then you know with Yaz you're always covered, you feel confident, and there is zero stress. Now, this is the variety: Yaz Extra Long, Yaz Minty, Yaz Heavy Flow, or Yaz Herbal. You can also try the all-new Yaz Minty Extra Long Sanitary Pad. It comes in mint with extra long wings and free panty liners with disposable bags. With this, you're always good to go. So choose Yaz and choose right. Sika, what's your favorite Yaz variety? Extra long, minty, herbal, which one?
My goodness. I love so many of their products, but I would say extra long, just because it works with my needs. Yeah.
Okay.
Minty.
What about you?
Love the
Okay.
minty, yeah. It's very refreshing. I like the minty vibe that it gives you.
The minty vibe. Your Christmas presents are sorted.
Yeah.
All right. So minty vibe, and you gave us a little
Hello.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem. Well, it's now time for us to dive into the conversation for today. And it's all about post-birth DNA. The question that we're posing to you, the audience, as well as what I'm posing to the ladies here on the show, is whether post-DNA testing should be a standard procedure for new mothers? Is it going to create more certainty, reduce legal disputes between parents, or is it going to bring chaos? Recently, there have been some news headlines attributing to whether post-DNA testing should be mandatory. So I'm going to throw it to the ladies. Off the cuff, what are you feeling about this suggestion?
When it comes to issues of organ matching and blood donation, sometimes it's very good that we have this information there so there's no back and forth and it doesn't drag the whole situation. Knowing the child's DNA, I think, is very important because at that point in time when the information is there, you know exactly who to go to.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to now go through the entire process to know truly if the child belongs to one person or doesn't belong to the other.
Yes.
Personally, I think for medical reason, it's important for us to have that, the DNA, so we know, you know, what the child's DNA pretty much is.
Yeah.
Personally.
I think this conversation is coming. Helen, you're giving me the look. So I know you have something to say.
Helen doesn't want to be mandatory.
But this conversation is coming from the back of a recent story where one of the fallen aides who needed DNA testing, they needed to match and be able to identify the body.
Yeah.
I believe that they had asked his wife to bring the child for DNA testing. However, she refused. And this became sort of like a family issue as well, but it's also come into the media space. So now people are having these conversations. Should DNA be taken? Should there be a test of every single baby that is born? Or is it, you know, the purview of the mother, of the father to say, we want this DNA done, or please leave us in peace, this is our situation, let's just be moving on. Do you see what I'm saying, Helen?
I think it should definitely be an opt-in thing. Not that as soon as a child is born, we have to do the paternity and test who the father is. Maybe nobody wants to know. And also, I mean, I understand the Regina's angle of for medical purposes, but sometimes even your parents aren't even the best match for certain donations and things like that. You might have a different blood group or blood type from, or genotype from your parents.
Is that possible?
It's not, yes.
Not to have the blood from any of them, completely different?
I think it's a possibility. I don't know if it's always the case. I'm sure it's easier to get medical, shall I say, cohesiveness if you have a family member present. But it doesn't always mean that that's the best match for you. But I can see from that angle, you know, why somebody might say, oh, as soon as a child is born, we need to know who the father is. So, for example, you've decided to make this mandatory. I give birth, and then we find out that it doesn't belong to my husband, or it doesn't belong to the individual I have said is the father. Are you going to provide post-counseling? I mean, does that also follow that you're going to provide aftercare? Because these are sensitive matters. If you're going to now be dishing out this kind of information, does it then mean that you'll provide whatever assistance, whatever need, whatever care, you know, to make sure that all parties walk away feeling mentally secure? I think it's very simplistic to say, oh, yes, let's test everybody. But there's a lot that goes into it. Sometimes even the father doesn't want to know, let me tell you. Maybe the father doesn't even want to know.
Yeah, or the father already knows.
Or the father already
that
knows.
It may not be his, but he's willing to step in and fill in those shoes because of certain situations. I think one thing we're also not considering is the cost element. Doing DNA testing, I mean, I don't necessarily have the figures as to how much it costs, but I would presume it's not that cheap. Is it a cost that the hospital is going to take, or the mother is going to take?
Or the government.
Or the government. Already, we have, you know, mothers who are not even able to pay their bills in terms of, you know, giving birth. You now want to saddle them with, now we have to do DNA tests. I don't think, like, that's fair, you know? So this is something that should really be the choice of the parents, the mothers involved. And as pertaining to this particular story, maybe we should segue to that. Do you think it was right for this wife who's lost, you know, her husband, her dearly departed husband, and then they're saying, no, bring your son so we can just match, you know, the DNA. Do you think it was right for her to reject? Does that kind of throw some sort of, you know, shadiness on the part of the mother?
I think it does. I mean, daughter.
Daughter,
right?
Okay, sorry, daughter, yes.
It's a little shady. It's a little
You feel
weird.
it's shady?
Yeah, I feel, because first of all, wait, what do you have to lose? Didn't she also want to know if this is
She already knows.
No, they wanted to identify the man at that particular point in time. They said,
What do you mean that's what she knows?
So initially,
everyone knows.
It was a very harmless request.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to test.
Yeah,
you
no.
know. But then the question is, why couldn't it have been his mother, his brother, the man's father? Why specifically the son? Maybe she just doesn't want to put the son through that.
Why not the son, Sika?
But
Why
maybe
not him?
she has her own reasons. We can't just say that just because she refused, sorry, the daughter. We can't just say that she refused the daughter to take a DNA test means that, oh, maybe the daughter belongs to somebody else. Maybe she just doesn't want the daughter to go through
What is the
such a
process for
situation.
DNA test?
I mean, it could be, hello. I know it could be just a swab in the mouth or a blood sample. It could be just. But maybe it's a traumatic experience for the daughter, and she just doesn't. Regina, why are you laughing?
Or maybe there's an understanding behind the scenes. You were not there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there's some sort of understanding that has happened behind the scenes. It's not her. It's her prerogative to say that's my child, and I don't want them to be subjected to any kind of invasive process. Also, for example, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if this is the case in this particular instance, but if I'm having a tug of war, let's say with the maybe grandparents of my child and they want to question me about whether or not, let me tell you, I'll not do. You can live with that question mark, your whole, you cannot force me. Because then what are you inferring? Infer till your grave. I won't go. In fact, that would be a disincentive to me, because what are you impugning that I should subject myself? If I tell you I know who the father is, I say I know, I know the father. We say prove it. Who are you? I said I know.
No, I totally agree with you. I think it will cause more chaos than actually strengthen families. And the question is, are Ghanaians ready to deal with the chaos that this is going to cause on a larger scale?
How will it cause chaos?
You know what? And also,
I think this rather would have made them more settled in their minds. But sometimes you just need to put people in their place. Sometimes just prove a point to them and walk away. Drop the mic and walk away.
That's my whole point, is that I don't have to prove nothing to you. If I said it's for you and you don't believe it, you can go right, I'll go left. I said it's for you. What are you going to do? You know what it is? I think we have this conception that it's really the women who are going to be shaking in their boots and thinking, oh my God, because maybe I saw Christy on Saturday, I saw Kwame on Sunday, so I'm shaking. But I'm sure there are also a lot of men who also be quaking in their boots, because they have also determined in their heart that I will not pay. Trust me, there are also equally many men that will also resist it, because they also don't want to hear that you are the father. They also don't want to hear that they have that responsibility. But I think we have this preconceived notion that it's always the woman that is going to be. Sometimes you have to chase. I see women chasing men to try and let them take that responsibility. I think it's a two-way street. Let's not think it's a gotcha just for the women. For the men that try and evade accountability, responsibility, you two, you're on this table.
Okay, so listen, normally I would agree with Helen, and I do to some extent. But I think there's also a level of integrity and truth that relationships should have. Helen, don't look at me that way. That should have, right? If you have the means to do a DNA test, and it's okay with both parties, go ahead and do it, okay? It's only fair to know that this is my seed, this is my spawn, this is somebody who is like blood of my blood. And, you know, things...
I want to ask you girls a question.
Okay, ask the question.
So, let's say you put yourself in a scenario where, for whatever reason, there is some type of discrepancy as to who the potential father could be. You're with your other half, baby daddy, husband, whatever the case may be, and they demand a paternity test. You know in your heart it's Kwame and Kwame alone. And then you eventually subject your child to a DNA testing. Do you think things will ever be the same?
No,
if you
depends on the results
and you
that
push,
come out.
even if it's yours, right? The fact that you have even had cause to
Any
doubt
doubt.
me,
No, Helen,
and I go and do the test, and I come back and you find out that it's your child.
Do you know my problem?
You have sullied the whole show.
Why is the thought always because there is some issues?
So why are you asking for it?
Like I said, there are medical reasons. It's also part of the reasons why somebody will ask for a DNA test.
Let's put the medicals aside. Because even with the
Helen,
medicals...
do you know what the problem is? I don't know why most of the time when this conversation comes up, people feel uncomfortable about it. Why do we feel uncomfortable when a man says, I want to get a DNA test done?
What are you implying?
Because it implies...
What are you implying?
There are so many reasons why a DNA test is hard.
Okay.
For example,
look,
medical aside, and even medical aside, I said it's for you.
Debbie.
It's for you.
But Helen, do you agree? Helen, do you
Why
agree?
are you asking me to do DNA?
We've heard stories where the tests come out and it's not even the child.
Oh,
there are cases like that too.
It's not for the mother. Sometimes it's not even for the mother because babies get switched at birth.
That is why it has to be done. Because I heard a story recently where a nurse was saying that she swaps babies in the hospital.
Wow.
Yes, she takes money for it. People come, they have kids, baby dies, stillbirth. Because they have money to pay for a child, she'll go swap the baby and then they go away with it. And the most cases that we experience in the hospital of these DNA issues is because the babies were swapped. So if it happens in the hospital, mother here, dad here, we do the test and then we see it and the DNA does not match with both parents, the issue is resolved there.
So Reggie,
but you go years later, you come back, who are you going to tell? Who will believe the story?
And are you going to give the baby away?
No,
you found that mommy is not for. I got to throw the baby away.
There's this thing that is so settling in your mind when you know that it's okay. There's transparency.
If I say it's for you,
so wrapping up, ladies. I mean, I think you're towing the line that it should be mandatory at birth. But if we were in the shoes of this young lady whose husband has just died, she's gone through this traumatic experience, they're now forcing her to put her daughter through a DNA test. Will you do it? Yes or no? Quickly.
Sika,
will you do it?
I will do it. For the sake of my peace of mind.
Yes, and to prove a point.
You see how this has been blown out of proportion.
So to prove a point,
what you're trying to protect your child from now is in the public domain. Everybody knows. Everyone is talking about it. People are forming different opinions. So you should have just done it.
And then just ended the case.
Ended it there. Helen? There would have been peace and quiet.
I think I could be forced to eventually do it. But once I've done it and I have the results, delete my number. No, the family. No, the family. Delete my number. Delete my number.
All right. Okay. So we have two different opinions. I'm going to reserve mine to myself, but if you do have an opinion as well, do share it on our socials. You. Well, I mean, you know, I think the girls have touched on both the pros and the cons, and we've argued it out so beautifully. It's beautiful debate, ladies. Absolutely love it. Well, we will go for a commercial break. When we come back, more on the Lady Circle.
Thank you so much for returning to us right here on the Lady Circle on TV3. It's the only place to be on a Saturday evening, and already the temperature in the studio has increased by a number of degrees. Make sure that you're re-watching all the action that you have missed, but we still have some very important conversations to follow.
Yes, the conversation we're about to have is all about lymphoma cancer, and we're privileged enough to have a survivor who's just about to join us. So please make welcome from wherever you are at home, and of course in our studio. So let's welcome the beautiful Bubune Titiati-Tsikata. Woo!
And everything this day, the one that's all
With my victory flag.
Everything is place, the one that's all your grace. You took my sin, my guilt, my shame, and you put your name on me. So we gonna sing hallelujah. Hosanna, Hosanna, hey, I got my victory in you. Oh, come home to this road. Oh, guys, I got my victory. On top of mommy.
Please, there, bend down low.
Hey.
Bend down low.
And since we have also for Mommy Reggie in the building, she was about to take us to church.
Because I got my victory in you. We're coming home to Mr. Road.
Hey.
You got the voice. The LC choir has been
Oh my God, the LC
You have a very nice voice.
Oh my God. I mean, that lower range is really giving
I sure
depth.
that was not me in the cut.
No, it was not you. It was not you. It was not you. Bubune, it's so fitting that you're wearing all white today because you have so much to give thanks for. Glory be to God.
Amen.
You survived lymphoma cancer. I mean, I can't even imagine what the journey was like to even get to this point. But you want us to just tell us a little bit about what it took to get over this huge hurdle in your life.
First of all, I would like to say something little about what lymphoma actually is.
Yeah.
Lymphoma is the cancer that attacks the lymph nodes in the human body. So lymph nodes are the agent in the body that helps us to fight bacteria and any infection. But when they become overworked or they grow out of proportion, they become cancerous, and we have different types of it. What I was diagnosed and treated for was T-cell lymphoma, which is the most aggressive one of it all.
Yeah.
And finding out was a traumatic one for me because I was few months pregnant.
Oh, wow.
And I just went for normal antenatal, and Dr. Amate, I had to mention the name.
Yeah.
So she said, Juliana, I see something. There are masses. Should we call the ambulance? So I and my husband were shocked because we drove in, I was fine, but it started from when I was having severe pains, a lot of pain, unexplainable pains. But we didn't
Where
know
in your
what
body?
exactly. It was all over. I was feeling so much pain behind, and they diagnosed first gastric ulcer, not knowing there were masses around the abdomen. So he now referred us to REACH. From REACH, we went through a whole lot of scan, MRI, biopsy. I went through biopsy with a baby in my tummy twice, the most painful procedure. And they came and broke the news to me that I was having lymphoma cancer. At that point, nothing was actually making sense to me because I didn't know what exactly it was. And I was thinking about my son because we were almost in 5 months of pregnancy. So they said they had to induce me to labor, and I'll have to deliver and go straight into chemotherapy. So it was very traumatic for me. I delivered him a few minutes and I lost him. But yeah, I delivered him exactly 12 a.m. Everything, placenta, everything was settled. I carried him a few minutes and he died. And 7 a.m. I had to start chemotherapy. So that has been the journey for me in Ghana before even moving to India for transplant.
I don't even know how one begins to process information like that. Because, you know, as women, we all have hopes and dreams and aspirations, especially when you're pregnant. You're only thinking about the future. You're thinking about what could be at 4 or 5 months. You're thinking about, I mean, the future of this child, all the goodness that awaits. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. You're here in all whites, in your victory outfits. And as soon as you walked out, I had goosebumps. I said, this is somebody that has a story to tell.
Yeah.
And as the story unfolds, we're already feeling that sense of victory.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we can't overcome.
Yeah. We should have just brought tissues.
Right here.
Because we knew it was going to be one of those episodes where we were going to get emotional.
I'm trying so hard to hold myself.
Right, I know. I can see the tears welling up in your eyes already just remembering the journey. And not to just move away from the topic of lymphoma cancer, but I want to bring in how your family reacted. And I'm going to obviously take my example because my dad had multiple myeloma, which was cancer of the bone marrow.
Sorry,
we just celebrated his 5-year on Saturday, so I'm a little fresh. But I just know that even on the family it's not easy because family always treads a thin line between trying to be strong for the person and trying to encourage the person, but also fighting their own. So, I mean, what was it like? Your husband, your family, what was it? What was it like? Oh, Jesus Christ.
From the initial stage, it was hard for them because we were just ready to receive our son. We were preparing for it. And we had to lose him and then move on into a phase we were never prepared for or we never thought as like could come close to us. So it took them by great shock, but after that, they had to be strong for me because at that point, I was in denial of losing my son and going to start chemotherapy. So they had to gather themselves stronger and then stand for me. They were very, very supportive throughout the procedure. My father, my husband, there are a lot of times that he had to hide to cry so that I don't see it and pretend to be strong for me. My little sister happened to be a nurse, so she was with me throughout the process. I have little 2 kids already, and they gave me strength. They were actually reciting Bible verses to me throughout the process, so they gave me so much strength through it. We didn't tell my mom throughout until I traveled to India because she's aged and we didn't want to put her in that situation for her to feel any type of way or for the BP to spike or anything.
Did you ever feel like giving up at a point in time throughout this battle? Because we all go through things and sometimes we just want to give up. Did you go through a phase like that?
There were a lot of time I wanted to just give up. Because I asked myself, like, why only me? Losing my son and then going through chemo. I had 8 sessions of chemo in Ghana. And the lowest of it all was when I thought I had finished chemotherapy. So the last day when I went and the doctor said, Bubune, to clear this totally, you have to be flown out. Choose South Africa or India so that there has to be a total bone marrow transplant done to clear everything because it's an aggressive one. There might be a relapse. So that was my lowest. Where do I run to raise thousands of dollars to travel with? I had spent a lot throughout the process already. So there were a lot of times I told myself, why am I treating myself to survive and then grow at a point and God will call me again? So why don't I give up now? But I never gave up on hope and faith. My faith was tested, shaken, but I held on tight to God. That was what pulled me through.
So if there's anyone that's dealing with a similar situation, what advice would you give to that person? Clearly you came out victorious and you've spoken about how you got through it. What's the best way for anyone to get through a situation like this?
I feel your pain and I know what it is to be there. But I encourage you to hold on tight, whoever it is that is watching us right now, hold on tight to faith, to God. Be vulnerable at any time you feel like. Cry if you want, but hold on. There is definitely life after the diagnosis. You will survive, you will pull through. You will pull through.
Bubune, you spoke about having to raise a lot of money to travel. I know cancer treatments are very, very expensive. Could you give us a ballpark figure how much the chemo and the whole treatment cost?
Okay. First of all, I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, to Mr. Setfiati, Mr. Abiodun, and Mr. Asamani Fred, and also to Stanbic Bank Ghana. They supported me a lot.
Wow.
It's mine, when I went, I had to go through the highest chemo again because they found traces of lymph nodes around. So I had to go through the highest chemo again, and then several treatments and minor surgeries before the bone marrow transplant. So it was roughly around, with the flights, everything, bookings, hotels, was around $60,000. Yes, and
which means if it's just a regular person who's going through this, it's almost impossible to be able to get to the other side. Like, I'm watching this video behind us. I don't know if you still watch it, how you feel when you see these videos. It reminds you, I mean, your hair is literally...
That was me.
You are literally tearing your hair out of your scalp.
Yeah, it comes off.
Falling off.
It just falls off. You hold
Was it
it
falling?
Yeah, you hold it. That was I think the first set of chemotherapy I went through, the first segment.
Yes.
That was the first segment, and I lost the hair. It just comes off. You hold it and it comes off. You sleep and it's
literally on your pillowcase. And this is something, we see it in the movies, but we don't all get to witness it in real life. Could you tell us what is going through your head right now when you're taking this video?
It was my sister who took it. One thing I told myself from the beginning of everything was, this is not unto death. This is unto the glory of God and for the lifting of other people's faith. So it was in my mind that I'm just having headache, I will heal. So when I was encountering all these things, I was encouraging myself that, oh, it's just hair loss. Oh, I'll be fine. Oh, God is still with me. So those were what was pushing me on. Even when the side effect hit so hard, I said, oh, I'll come out of it. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I held on to God. That was the only thing that was holding me through.
Yeah. That's you behind, right?
Yeah.
I can't even recognize the
That's
same
few
person.
weeks ago.
This was
Few weeks ago. Yes, I got back from India in May 2025.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah. This is in July. Yeah. This is in July.
Completely different.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
In July.
When I saw this picture, I said this picture actually deserves to be in some sort of museum or magazine or exhibition.
Thank
the
you.
strength in this picture alone. First of all, you look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like you are slaying the bald head. You know, I mean, Reggie tried the bald head. I'm but
don't
you
get any idea.
Don't
get any idea.
This is real.
Don't try again.
I'm just like, what model is this? You look
giving.
stunning.
Thank you.
But it's such a vision and representation of strength that anybody who sees it, even me seeing this, I was just like, wow, what a strong and resilient woman. And meeting you in person, like you have just tripled, doubled, quadrupled, just that thought. You are phenomenal.
Thank you.
It makes you think
Honestly.
about all the things that you complain about on a day to day.
Yeah.
Oh, the Uber is late. The gobe is not hot. I mean, all the trivial things. When you realize that actually life is fragile.
Yes.
And Bubune, for you after this, I'm sure there are many things that you don't even worry about. They're in the rear view mirror.
Yeah. This has taught me a lot. It has made me gotten to a point that nothing else matters apart from life. If you have life, you have everything. Because when I was going through this, I didn't know where my car was parked. I wasn't sleeping on my bed.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital bed for months.
In a strange country.
It started 2023 when I conceived till now.
So almost a 2-year battle.
Yes. So nothing else matters now. But I put more value on friendship that stood with me, families that stood with me. I lost a lot of friends. It will shock you, yeah. You call them, they feel like you're calling them for money. They don't pick. And it will shock you that what you are appreciating that I carried the bar head were. There was one instance, that's society for you. There was one instance that my sister went out and I had to order something online. So when the rider brought the parcel, he saw me, look at me, was like, hey, Madam, na unya kolasa na wakati uti say you look younger.
Ooh.
At that point, I was broken because chemotherapy, one of the side effects, it grows you more than 10 years older than your age. So I looked older and my hair was cut. So in his mind,
You were an older,
and I'm trying to look young.
and you were giving them Gen Z, and he didn't understand.
Yeah. So it's people, society take these things very differently. People even think cancer is contagious. When I come closer to you, you're going to give me cancer. So I lost a lot of friends and a lot of disappointment.
What did you learn about yourself in these moments? That's something that you didn't know was a part of you. What did you learn?
I never knew I'm this strong. I never knew I could call on God and He would hear me.
That part.
I never knew that I could pull through phases that a lot of people lost their life with. Because at that season, before I traveled to India, there were a lot of cases that were being prepared to live with me. When I go back, I asked of them, most of them
Did not make it.
yeah. So I never knew I was carrying such strength. And in all, I think, to God be the glory.
Amen. Amen.
I can't deal.
This is heavy.
Sika, how are we doing?
So how has life been for you after this entire process, after going through chemotherapy, the traveling? What has your life become now?
More, I am now taking it one step at a time. I'm not rushing life. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'm more leaned back, digesting everything. This is actually my first ever interview I'm doing after the whole thing.
You got to do it. And you came on the Lady Circle.
Yeah.
What made you want to come on the Lady Circle too?
Oh, the vibe.
It's the vibe.
The vibe.
But today we gave you tears.
We try to explain to people that the vibe here is different.
But it's helping to heal a lot because it comes with a lot of emotional stress, mental instability. Chemotherapy gives you depression automatically. So losing a child in chemotherapy, a lot of this thing, but I'm learning to take it slowly. And one thing that has really, really come to me is knowing God for myself.
Love that.
Running to Him for myself. Seeking Him, no intermediary. I just want you.
Yeah.
So it drew me closer to God.
Yeah.
This phase is God.
Bubune, could you just explain, like I know Reggie asked, what would you say to people who are going through it? But I also know that when you're in this situation, sometimes you find yourself blaming yourself and saying, maybe I should have done this differently, I should have done that. Were you ever in that situation where you thought, or maybe I should have done something differently and this wouldn't have been my story? And if so, how did you overcome that?
Okay, I think it was just a period that you didn't know what exactly was going on. And there is nothing I would say I would have worked on because the whole lymphoma cancer, you don't know what exactly caused it for you to say, I should have been like this, I should have been more careful in this aspect. It comes from different angles. So I think I learned, I grew, and I now know better that I will speak about to people that, okay, take care of your health, be mindful of what you consume, and also be very, very cautious, not getting in touch with a lot of chemicals. A lot of chemicals actually spike lymphoma cancer, and then just eat well. That's what I would say after this whole journey because I wasn't prepared for it. I went through it. I learned on the journey. Yes.
Yeah. Are you doing some advocacy work now that
Yes,
come back?
I'm working on a foundation tirelessly. I want to start the advocacy, the awareness creation, because a lot of people know we all have lymph nodes in our lymph nodes in our body, That's what people don't know. And sometimes you can even feel it. You can feel it come up a little bit. That means it's fighting some infection in your body.
Or like when you touch like under your jaw.
Yes, you can see.
Okay.
So it's fighting an infection. So I want to create that awareness that it's not through any kind of curse or a sin of yours or any contamination that you did or from your side that you got it. So I want to create that awareness, help people. You go to the hospital, trust me, when you go for reviews, people don't even have the money to go for MRI, to even check where the lymph nodes are. So I want to also create that avenue to help people in this journey. And I'm also open up to any organization or brands that want to help creating and educating people on this and supporting the society in this regard.
Yeah, well done, well done. Do you have like a wish list now that you know life is so fragile, so short? Do you now have like, okay, I definitely want to travel to this place. I want to eat this food. I want to take Lady Circle to Dubai. I want to take Lady Circle to Doha. Like what is the wish list now?
One thing I would wish for, to live, to be alive more, to carry the word, and to know God more. That's my only wish. I don't wish for any other thing aside this. Just wish I know God more.
Yeah.
And He graced me with life to tell the story, even transcending this generation.
Amen.
That's my wish.
Amen. Also for mommy. Also for mommy.
My mind,
Your mind just went to
yeah, my mind went off a bit because this has touched me so much because I saw a video on social media where someone was saying when they go through challenges, they feel like God is not there. But sometimes the challenges actually come for you to go to God.
Yeah.
To get closer
For Him to get closer to Him, for you to rely on Him, for Him to wrap you under His wings and give you the protection that you need. Because we're in a world where the devil is also trying to get his agents and God is fighting for His children. So sometimes the battle is not even from God, it's from the devil. And that is where you get that reminder that I need to go back to Christ to help me, to protect me. When the story comes out, like I love that you're sharing the story because if there's someone out there who has lost faith in God, who has run back to the devil, constantly keeps going back to the devil because they feel there's no hope, you are letting us know that God is always there, ready to walk us through the process, ready to heal us, and also, pretty much just go through the challenges with us, walk through the fire with us, and at the end of the day, you end up victorious.
Is God or God? Because sometimes when you are in that burning season, you feel He's not hearing, but He's actually hearing. He said, I am with you. The Bible verse that I was sharing with my co-queen at Edua, 2 Timothy chapter 4, I think 17, it said, notwithstanding, the Lord stood with me and strengthened me. He didn't take me out, He stood with me. And in it, He strengthened me so that by me the preaching might be known, that the unbelievers will come to the knowledge that God took me not in the claws of the lion, but from the mouth of the lion. So He actually delivers you. Imagine being delivered from the mouth of the lion. You would definitely have scars. These are my scars, but there is victory to the scar. So God always comes through. At the end of it, when He knows that you are broken and you have no other option, He said, now dear, it is me and you. If you don't do it, there is no place. Then He said, okay, now you are not ready for the glory. He comes through. So don't give up on God. He always comes through. He always comes through.
Don't give up on God,
'cause He won't give up.
on you.
He is able. Helen, do you know the song?
Not at all. I'm unfamiliar with this.
Lower. That's the one that I'm going to teach you the song.
To go back. Let me teach you.
Go back to
Let me teach you the song. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story.
I'm so grateful.
For showing strength, showing God's power, because I think you are literally the personification of who God is, just based on your story. Like if someone was to just see you, they would just know there is a God.
Yes.
And if you literally release everything into his care, what they say, cast your burdens, right?
I know that one.
Onto-
Unto Jesus, for he cares for you.
You're showing your face today. You know, that he will definitely do you and he'll pull you through. So thank you so much. But you did say that your co-queen.
Yes.
Bubune?
It's almost 13 years now.
Come on.
Ghana's most beautiful 2013 voter region representative.
Oh, Your Highness.
Oh.
We didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't know. Okay.
I was the first runner of my year.
Come on.
Love to see it.
Oh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Should we guilty, not guilty it then?
Let's get into some guilty, not guilty. All right, Bubune, let me hand you this card, or you've got one over here.
Okay.
I'll hand you this one. Yes.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I've been watching it.
Oh, you've been watching it.
So you already
You're about to
know
experience it.
the rules of engagement, Bubune. I don't need to tell you what it is
Because
that
you've
you
been
need
watching.
to know.
You've been watching, so you're not new to it.
All right, and for all of you at home as well, you can play along. It is guilty, not guilty. I've had a quick perusal. You're all guilty. Now, question number 1. You refused to go to the hospital because, it will go by itself. But the sickness refused, and now you're negotiating with God. You say, God, if you heal me, I won't eat noodles from this place again.
Helen, the worst is when you rely on Dr. Google.
Oh, yeah.
Because Dr. Google always tells you, you're about to die, you're about to die.
Once they're similar, you start freaking out.
Freaking out, yeah.
Bubune, you're not guilty.
Not guilty. From very beginning, I never had.
You don't joke?
No, I don't. But funny enough, you see, me that never joked with it actually went through this. So that should also tell someone that
You shouldn't joke about
Don't
it.
joke about.
Don't joke.
All right. Now, have you ever Googled symptoms before seeing a doctor and diagnosed yourself? Guilty, guilty,
Dr. Google.
guilty, guilty. All right. Have you ever stopped taking your medication because you felt fine?
Yeah, which is really bad, especially with antibiotics. Because then if you don't take the full dose,
Yeah.
it just relapses.
But me, if by day 2 I feel okay, it's
You'd be
okay.
like-
All right. What else? Oh, you had some small consumery, the job is done. All right, now for my final guilty, not guilty question. Have you ever claimed, just get your guilty cards ready.
Helen, don't you even
Get
know
your
you already
guilty
hold
cards
the
ready. Get your guilty cards ready. Have you ever claimed to have stopped eating late, and yet you and the fridge, you have secret meetings? You said, today, dear, I'm watching my weight, I'm watching my health. I'm not eating late. And then when it's midnight, they start talking to you. Come to me. Come to me.
Guys, you know I'm the most disciplined, you know. After 6, I hardly eat.
Danicadno. All right, we're all guilty. Hey, Bubune, the fridge talks to you.
I used to. But now I'm more careful.
You're
And what does
careful,
the
right?
fridge? Just one slice. Just one slice.
Then
Not
you
half
pick
a
the
tro-
next.
Then you pick the next thing you know, you're eating gobe. It happens. But there it is, the end of guilty, not guilty.
Bubune, we're throwing you all the way back into time when you were gracing the stage of Ghana's Most Beautiful, and you had to present and you had to show off.
let me see.
Yeah, so this is your camera.
Okay.
Take us to break. Let them know that we still have a little bit more of the Lead Circle, so they shouldn't go anywhere.
Okay. This is Lady Seiko. Keep watching and don't go anywhere.
Lovely. Well, it is still the Ladies Circle, and it's about time we wrap up. So if you didn't join us from the start, well, you might have to rewind or go back and watch this amazing episode. I promise you it's going to touch your heart. You're not going to be disappointed. But before we say a final goodbye and adios, on this episode. Let's say a very big thank you to our sponsors who continue to hold us down here on the Lady Circle. So a very big thank you going out to Yaz as well as Dove Deodorant.
All right, so do we say thank you to our stylists?
We have to.
So a very big thank you going out to the Ohui brand. Helen, say it for me.
The Ohui
Brand. Thank you so much for styling me for this episode.
Let me also say another very big thank you to the Ohui brand. Bianca, you do all. I actually have this dress in a different variant. It comes in black. Every time I wear that dress, fans on fans on fans on fans on fans on fans. Ohui brand, we're so grateful. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Bubune, do you want to say a very big thank you? Because this suit,
It's given.
I call it the victory suit.
It's
this
given.
victory suit is given. Where did you get it from?
I love
This
it.
is from Kweku Boateng. Yeah, he was my designer in Ghana's Most Beautiful, and he's so sweet. Kweku Boateng, thank you very much. And Ailio by Bear on Instagram. He did my makeup. Thank you
It's like a
guys
full
so much.
circle moment.
Thank you.
Honestly, this has been a fantastic episode. If you've cried and if you laughed, if you've gotten angry, gotten frustrated, then it just means we did our job. We brought you the stories that touch hearts, and that is what we do here on the Lady Circle. Bubune, thank you so much for joining us. Please come again. Next time when you come, bring us some of this suit so we can all be giving victory, right? And to you, our Lady Circle family, we do not take you for granted. Thank you so much for joining us every single week. When you see us outside and you are giving us fans, oh, you kill us. You kill us, cry. You tell us that we're doing a good job. So we will continue to do that. Make sure you join us every single Saturday, 6 p.m. right here on TV3. I've been your girl, Sika Osei Douglas, the beautiful Regina Van Helvert. Of course, Helen Apia Ampofo. And all together we're one, the Lady Circle.
The Ladies Circle, brought to you by Yaz Sanitary Pad, MTN.
Yaz toothpaste and brushes.